Beyond the ashes and the flames, we need to have this really important conversation about going from the Phoenix era and beyond. And it's this concept that I've been talking about for a while now. Going from I rose to I reign into your reign era. If you are new here, this might be a new concept for you. If you are someone that has been in my world for a while, you know that we have very much honored this Phoenix energy, this beautiful concept and story of what it takes to go through the ashes and rise above the flames. And we call this the Phoenix, right? And let me know if you've ever been through a Phoenix era, because, raise your hand. I will be the first to raise my hand. And it's such an empowering season to be in. But what nobody's talking about is what actually happens after the Phoenix era. It's like we get to this, quote, pinnacle state of being or pinnacle state of evolution, and we forget that that was never the final stop, right? And we already know this. You're evolving all the time. You are stepping into a new identity all the time. It's that age-old saying that's like, if you're not growing, you're dying, blah, blah, whatever. But it's also very real to give yourself permission to constantly be evolving. Now, when I brought forward the concept personally of the rising phoenix into our community, it was really going from hidden healer to here the fuck I am healer. It is going from hiding, from people pleasing, to letting people cross your boundaries, to shying away that fear of being seen, heard, and known and visible, to opening your chest, shoulders back, chin up, here the F I am energy. And part of my mission in that was to support women and healers from going from hidden to in their power in a way that it looked for them. Because I'm a Gemini sun, Aries rising. Now listen, I'm also a manifesting generator. I have energy for days. I will sometimes be running around like I'm on a new one. And there are other days where I'm just like, okay, here we are. And I've claimed it. And so what power and being in your power and that Phoenix energy looks like for me is going to look very different for you. But here's what I've noticed over the years. And actually, let me tell you a little story in a back end. If you are not new here, this won't be the first time you've heard it. But at the end of 2022, so 2022 was my biggest year in our company. And we grew quickly to six figures, and we're making a global impact with healers across the world. And at the end of 2022, I went through a massive tower moment, what I also refer to as the rising phoenix moment, where I had to make a decision to stay in alignment with my morals, ethics, and values, and lit the match on the six-figure earning side of my healing company, and walked away, again, to stay in alignment with my morals, ethics, and values. And it was through that moment that the Phoenix had been birthed or reborn. It was through that moment that I was actually walking through the fire. And we grab onto this identity when we go through those moments. And let me know if you've ever had these moments. But it's like we grab onto this identity of the Phoenix, of the here the F I am, of the and still I rise. My website, you guys, is And She Rises. We always be rising around here, okay? andsherises.com. And so it's just we grab onto this identity of continuing to rise through going through the ashes, rising, becoming someone new in the flames and rising above the flames and doing it again and again and again. And it's powerful and it's potent. And that shit is fucking exhausting. And I want to step into the identity piece for just a moment, because this is something I really love to talk about. It's Also, the subconscious piece, because you're a high vibrating soul having a human experience, we cannot bypass the subconscious mind. And I got really curious probably about 18-ish months ago. I had this concept come to me and I was like, but I was getting ready to actually launch my quantum illumination Reiki certification program, which has gone on to become a world-renowned certification, certifying healers across the world in the newest, most powerful style of Reiki today. And so that has been my main core focus and has been and will continue to be. And also, I was like, oh, there's another level of the Phoenix. This is not about becoming the woman who can walk through the flames. So I just spoke on stage about that late last year of being a category of one and being known for who you are and what it is that you do. And also to become the woman who can walk through the flames, who can alchemize the F out of situations, out of tower moments, out of crawling out of Hecate's chamber, out of just this into this dark feminine energy and putting that into power. Now, if you know anything about like the divine feminine, not dark feminine, and really like the divine feminine, like that opposite, the dark feminine is very misunderstood. And when I thought about and when I actually taught, because I had a signature program several years ago called the Rising Phoenix, and I actually in the last year retired because I was like, there's a new version. There's a new level that we're stepping into. And I feel this collectively too, that it's this dark feminine, this dark power energy. It's like taking the things that you had been through in your life and alchemizing and turning that into gold and turning it into your power and turning it into your remembrance and remembering who the F you are and what it is that you are here to do in this lifetime and not backing down and rising and rising and rising. But about 18 months ago, this concept of owning it really came to me. And I was like, this next level is not another Phoenix era. This next level is about claiming your seat in the throne. It's about knowing that you've been through the fire. You know how to rise. You know how to do the inner child journaling and the meditations. And you've likely looked at like all the people pleasing and boundaries and you've done it all, right? You've done it all. And also there's these subtle little things that come up, and let me know if this resonates with you, because this is very true for me until it's not. And actually last week I had one of those moments of oh no, it's staring me dead in the face. And there's a moment where you're like, I've done a lot of the healing work. I know how to do this. And also, it's just a little sneakier. It's more subtle. I personally, like when I'm coaching my clients, I call these like the gremlins that sit in the corner. They're just sneaky. You don't know that those limiting beliefs are there. You're not quite seeing the subtle ways that you're people pleasing, the subtle ways that boundaries are being crossed, the energetic leaks. Now, even somebody that is an expert in energetics mastery is an expert in the subconscious mind and does this work. Like this even shows up for me as well. And I love this deep embodiment work because it gives us an opportunity to look it dead in the eyes, to flip the mirror and remember who you are, to flip the mirror and remember, like, I am actually the woman that has risen above the flames. I'm actually the woman that has alchemized over and over these tower moments that had happened. And still I stand and still I rise. And I realized that instead of, well, actually, let me complete that thought. So last week, and this sometimes will happen when we're talking about identity work and who it is that you're becoming and stepping into that Phoenix energy, but that level beyond the flames, it's like she looks you dead in the eyes and you have a decision to make. You have a decision on if you are going to stay her and you're going to allow these moments of, it would be easier just to bend over backwards. It would be easier just to do the thing. It would be easier just to let things be the way they've always been. Or I can get really really fucking uncomfortable, and I can move anyway. And I had this moment last week, and I actually am going to add this meditation to our Ascension Meditation Library because it's so good. It was this moment of let's stop beating against this glass ceiling and let's just walk out of the glass house. I had this moment of like, this identity is not serving me. This version of me is not serving me. So why don't I just walk out of the house? Why don't I just walk into my kingdom, my queendom? Why don't I just like, oh yeah, the throne is mine. The keys to the kingdom are mine. Why don't I just put on the crown and take my seat at the throne? Why? Because it's so much easier to stay where you are, especially when you've risen above the flames, especially when you've become the phoenix, especially when you've gone from like hidden and letting people walk all over you and the boundaries, and you have laid things in place and you've become her, that version of you that you always knew that you were here to be. It's easy to stay in that energy. And then what I realized about 18 months ago was, again, there's that other level of not the here I am, because you've already owned that. You've already stepped into her. It's going from I rose to I reign. I rose above the ashes. I rose above the flames. I've alchemized and alchemized and alchemized. I've chosen myself over and over again. And yet still I rise. But now it's time for you to take a seat at the throne. It's time for you to claim your queendom. Meaning, this is where this next level of embodiment comes in. And I'm going to share with you what this looked like for me. And it's interesting because as an entrepreneur, you'll know this for sure. And even I think as a human on a healing journey, you'll know this as well. As soon as you claim something, you're initiated into it. And for me, I don't believe that God, source, universe, angels, guide, loved ones, whatever your belief systems are, I do not believe that anybody's out there testing you, being like, let me see if you can actually handle this. I don't actually believe that somebody's out there doing that. What I do find fascinating is that it's opening up, like the quantum field is opening up. Your subconscious mind is now opening up because you're choosing a new path. You're deciding like, this path is not actually serving me, or this is actually where I want to go, like plot twist, let me go this way instead. And so now what's happening is that there's more pathways opening. The timelines have opened up. Your subconscious mind is open up to other possibilities and potentials and also threats. Because remember, you're a high vibrating soul having a human experience. You cannot bypass the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't give a shit about you thriving. It wants you safe, aka not dead. And so its primary objective is to observe the threats. And so what happens is when you choose a new identity, when you have been like choosing that new identity of the Phoenix energy and going beyond the ashes and the flames, and you're like, okay, I have met all of these, I call them dragons. So you've looked the dragon in the eye and you have gotten on that thing and you have zoomed out and you have seen your power and potential and you are now owning it. But now you're choosing a new path to claim your seat at the throne and to decide again what you're no longer available for. And then it happens again. Because now you have another opportunity to see, remember those sneaky little gremlins that I was just talking about, now they're looking you dead in the eyes and giving you an opportunity to decide, are you actually going to go back to the Phoenix or are you going to claim your throne? So in 2025, for me, as I continue to embody this even as especially as a healer, you guys know this, it is so interesting to be in a space where you are so deeply heart-led and you just have to hold the line because you know what you will no longer tolerate, what you will no longer stand, what you will no longer allow, and what you will allow. And sometimes what I find happens is like when you're choosing this new identity, when you're going beyond the flames, when you're rising above and beyond the flames into this reign era, it becomes like this push-pull of identity where it's like, I know what I don't want anymore. And that's great. I love that. That's actually a great space to be in because remember, your subconscious mind is looking for things that it doesn't like anyway. So might as well use it to your advantage. So it's like, oh, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Amazing. That tells you what you do want. And so when you know what you don't want, or when you get a visceral response in your body of what's like, ooh, that did not land, or that is a no for me, now you can flip it and be like, what do I want? And so in 2025, that was very much my experience. Even as a healer, and especially as a healer, it gave me an opportunity to decide what the lines in the sands were, what the boundaries were, what is it that I will and won't allow? What is my identity? What type of leader did I decide I wanted to be? How is it that I want to operate in the world? How is it that I want to show up in the world? How is it that I want to give back to the world? How is it that I want to show the people in our community, in our certification, in all of my coaching containers, what's possible and how I lead and give them permission to choose the path of alignment for them? And then it wasn't just about the decision, it was deciding over and over and over again. And here's where I see people get stuck. They get stuck in feeling like you have to continuously be the phoenix. We love the phoenix. She has served us. The phoenix has gotten you to where you are today. She's gotten you through those tower moments. She has gotten you through turning shit into gold. She has shown you your power, your potential, who it is that you are, what it is that you're capable of, and how it is that you can show up in the world. She's reminded you of who the fuck you are. And if I dare to say, she's also encouraging you that you don't have to stay as the phoenix. And if you guys go to my feed, you can see some of the photo shoot that I did when we were in Costa Rica. When I spoke on stage in Costa Rica, and I also did quantum illumination Reiki healing for the event as well, I hired a photographer who I absolutely fucking adore, and I was like, here's my vision. And she absolutely made it come to life. That crawling through the sand is very much of like crawling out of that for me, it was crawling out of Hecate's chamber. It was crawling out of the dark feminine energy, crawling out of the dark femme era where we love it, and we get an opportunity to embody her because it's a both and. This is a phrase that has come for me for the past probably month or so now. Both and. You get to live a both and life. The embodiment of the dark feminine energy, that phoenix energy, she gets to come out and play. She was once a suppressed version of you, a version of you that was maybe afraid to be more bold, more seen, more known, more visible, more heard, was afraid to create those boundaries, was afraid to own who you are and what it is that you are here to do in the world, was afraid to really just go for it in your life, in your business, in your company. And when you crawl out of or above, beyond, it's not even crawling, it's actually the word that wants to come through is ascend. When you ascend beyond those flames, it's a calm knowingness. I call this the eye of the storm energy. It's like the world is thrashing around you, and you know when you're in the eye of the storm, or if you've never been in the eye of the storm, like I hope that's not the case, but what we know about the eye of the storm is it's still, it's calm. And when I see that as a woman that's in the eye of the storm energy, that is you who is calm, you're anchored in your power. You can see the world thrashing around you, but it doesn't matter because you are unfucking bothered. You are rooted in your truth. You are aligned in your knowing. You are responding. You are not reacting. You are still. And not in a way where, again, I'm a Gemini Sun, Aries rising, you guys. I'm an Energizer bunny, but also is like, I'm here and I've claimed my seat and I know who I am. It's not even about being anymore. It's about knowing who you are. It's about knowing what it is that you will and won't stand for, and no longer allowing anything or anyone to cross that. It's not allowing the noise. I know there's a lot of fear in the industry, even if it's a sneaky little gremlin of like the imposter syndrome is coming through. So somebody needs to hear that. But it's the being visible. What will people say? But the more visible that you get, the more people are going to show up and say whatever they're going to say. I was in a modern day witch hunt for 18 months. And then I spoke on stage and shortly thereafter had a hate campaign against me for probably about a month until I was like, finally, I was like, whatever. And so it doesn't stop just because you become more visible. And it's not obviously a guarantee, but you become less bothered. You're like, it's just noise. It's just noise. It's just my light irritating whatever is coming up in somebody else, and that's okay. I'm going to play my role and stay in my light and my power. And the jesters don't get access to the queendom, they get removed lovingly, right? How can you stay in your power? How can you stay in your reign energy? So these are things I really want you to think about is where are you on your journey? Where are you in that Phoenix era? Have you actually given yourself full permission to walk out of the Phoenix era and into the rain era, into the risen, like I rose, now I reign era? And when, again, just kind of completing that previous thought, it's when people get stuck in, and what I see when women get stuck in that Phoenix energy, they continue to play the same patterns in the thought loop. And it's almost like the badge of honor of what it took to get to where you are. And I'm calling you forward because that was me too. It was this badge of honor of being able to say what it took for me to get to that Phoenix energy. And we want to share our stories, obviously. I mean, I just shared with you how I had a rising Phoenix moment in 2022 and burnt the six-figure earning piece of my healing company to the ground and rebuilt. I shared with you, I've been in two modern day witch hunts, if you will, an 18-month one. And then even recently, right after I came back from Costa Rica and speaking on stage. And so we have this opportunity to release that badge of honor and just know who you are. There's a difference between being the version of you that you desire to be and truly knowing you're her. And when you're doing this, there's specific steps that you have an opportunity to take and step into awareness through looking at the subtle layers underneath the layers and how it is that you are supporting the limiting beliefs and patterns that are coming up for you. It's looking at the energetics mastery. It's closing the energetic leaks in the doors to what is actually no longer serving you and actually being able to pinpoint what those are. It's looking at the boundaries, the subtle ways that are people pleasing, and the ways that you desire to lead in the world. And so it is my deep honor to introduce to you our newest program, Goddess Codes. This is the program to go from I rose to I reign. And so in this program, it's an 8-month program. We are going to take you through this journey of where you have been in that Phoenix energy to truly claiming your metaphorical, but truly, seat at the throne. and claim your crown in a calm, aligned, grounded energy. This isn't about being in that here the F I am energy now. This is about a deep knowing, a true coming home to you and your soul essence, a remembering of what it is that you are here to do and how it is that you are served to support, and even more so, how it is that you are here to lead in the world, lead your gifts, lead your people, lead your audience, lead your courses and your programs and your offerings, lead your social media accounts, lead yourself, your family, even in your friend circle. It's how you're showing up on an everyday basis. And knowing how to return home to you over and over again and anchoring into her. And again, through that knowing. So many people have it backwards. They have like have, do, be. And I'm like, no, not even I'm like, no, the concept is be, do, have. But let's add in know. K-N-O-W, know. Are you knowing, not just being, but are you knowing that you're her? So if this has been calling to you, if what I've said today for you has landed and it sparked something in you, trust that. I want you to come into my DMs and just DM me Rain, and let's just have a conversation. Let's see if it's a good fit for you. Again, this is an 8-month program. There are 4 phases where I'm going to take you very specifically from your rose, like I rose era, through the embodiment, through your rain era, and into solidifying your rain. And so this is an intimate program. It's going to be a max of 8 to 10. And I'm very intentional about the energy of everyone that comes in as well. So if you're feeling like this is you, come in and come into my DMs. We'll have a conversation. We'll see if it's a good fit for you. We are in pre-sale through, I believe, March 8th. Yeah, I think it's March 8th. March 8th. And so there is, yes, of course, there's a discount. There's also extended payment plan options. If you've been thinking about the certification program and you're like, well, how do I choose? I do have a bundle option for you as well. If you're like, come into Goddess Codes and do the certification program, you can come into the certification program and it will change your life and you will change your client's life. Absolutely. With quantum illumination Reiki, I have no doubt about it. There's so many testimonials. And also, the women that I have an opportunity to work with as well, the healers that I have an opportunity to work with as well in intimate containers, it amplifies it that much more, which is really fun. So if you've been thinking about that, then you can. Yes, just shoot me a DM and I will send you that information. And then Valerie asks, can you learn Reiki yourself with books? So, I mean, yeah, I guess you can. I don't see why not. I'm sure there are people are. For me, I have a very firm belief system that when we are learning a way to heal people, we need to be supported and we get to be supported. I actually learned through an online only program with no support, and I wanted to bang my head against the wall. I'm like, none of this makes sense and I have nobody to ask questions. I'm a multi-Reiki master in traditional styles of Reiki. So when I was channeling quantum illumination Reiki, for me, it was a non-negotiable that it needed to be supported. Community, calls. And so my levels 1 and 2 are fully supported self-paced, meaning we have 2 calls a month that you can hop on. You also have a weekly check-in form as you're going through the program. And we have a community that I'm also in as well. So you can ask the other healers in there and you can ask me questions. And then even after your attunement, you're in the attuned healers community, which is 1 call a month. If you want to jump on and also be able to ask questions, it's peer led. And then after level 3, you can go into the teacher's licensing program. You can teach QIR, but I also do biannual training in there and a private community just for people teaching QIR so that they're supported. So nobody's ever alone, ever. So can you learn Reiki yourself with books? Sure. Can you learn it on programs? Sure. And also for me, and in quantum illumination, we set the standard that we do this together. Nobody gets to do this alone. And you get to be supported along the way. If you're curious, just DM me Quantum and we can chat about that. But yes, I love you guys so much. I'm so excited to have those conversations with you. Please just shoot me a DM and I'm happy to answer any questions. You guys know me by now, I hope. Like, no pressure. Let's just have a conversation and see if it's a good fit for you. Trust your intuition. I'm so excited about this new era of you going from the Phoenix, I rose, into your rain era. And it's not hard to take a look around and see how much this depth of work is needed right now, where you are calm, you're grounded, you're aligned, you're centered, you're connected to you, your gifts, your soul codes. Oh, I'm going to get emotional. Your abilities. People are always like, how is it that you're changing the world? Like, what is it that you're doing? And I'm like, sometimes by you choosing you, that is the gift to the world because your energy makes a difference. That alone is the impact that you're leaving in the world. And I love that for you. And I love that for the world too. And I love those for the lives that you have an opportunity to touch. I call this the butterfly effect of healing. So sending you guys so much love. I'll see you guys in the DMs. Don't be afraid to reach out. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.